Jeremy B. We've got Andrew Merklinger in the chat already. Yes, let's talk about it. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Well, we were right about one thing. It was defensive line, but it was not an edge. But if you think about it in the long haul, it makes sense because of the injury to Lee McNeil and the fact that Brandon Roy is not technically a starting type of defensive tackle, and we need a starting defensive tackle next to Reeder. So it makes Roy rotational. It means Levi can go back and be a part of the edge room. It might kill two birds with one stone, but I still want him to grab another edge. I'm good with our first round pick, but I want an edge today. I'm in the same boat. Edge or guard. That's what it has to be at this point, because there's still the edge room is deep this draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have to fret if we don't get somebody in the second round, but if we don't grab somebody like Tate Rutledge here in the second round, but we're not going to be able to get him at 60 is the point. Do you agree with that assessment?
I mean, I'm like I said, like I told you earlier, I'm not happy with the pick that they had, but I understand the pick. If they get a defensive end in the second round, you know, I'm great. I'm good for it. If they can get Nick Scorton, I'm happy. That would be good for me.
Nick Scorton, if they can't get him, the other one I want is Landon Powder Jack.
That was the other one that was a mock draft pick too by the Lions, and that was in the first round. I saw a couple of those.
Yeah,
like first round. Wow. Okay.
Oh shit! Look who it is.
Uncle Rumble. What's going on, Rumble? Mr. Rumble.
Good to see you. But the other news is, did we just do Hutch's 5th-year extension?
Yep, up and Jamos.
So all that trade talk.
Yeah, well, I wasn't paying attention to it either. Anyway, I knew they were going to do that. Screwed in, folks.
Ricky Cicada in the chat.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the Lions? I am happy because I understand it fills a need.
Yeah, Andrew said that too. That he
I
likes
pissed
your
off
pick.
the kingdom this morning. I don't doubt it. Yes, out of Arkansas. That's the guy I like if we can't get Nick Scorton. I think Nick Scorton goes right around 40, about 8 picks in. Because there's teams that didn't take edge, that needed edge in the first round, and they're way ahead of us. I don't think we're going to get a chance at him. But at the same time, Green's still on the board.
Yeah, like I said, you know
Donovan Ezeraku's still on the board. I mean, there are guys that have a lot of production still on the board, and both those guys have some of the best production out of what's left. And I'm not saying I want Green, because I think he's a little lackadaisical in his preparation for games. At least that's what I heard from the Marshall. Tate Rutledge, Nick Scorton, Landon Powder Jackson, people like that. Any one of those three, I'm good. Do you agree with that, B?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
We needed depth at D-line. I'm okay with the pick, but I think they really wanted that is exactly it. That's who they wanted.
Mm-hmm. They either wanted him or they wanted Harmon too at defensive tackle, and I think they felt that Harmon was going to fall a little bit. But
the difference is Green, JMO knows how to practice. Green don't.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that assessment?
Yeah.
My theory is if we didn't pick the player we got in the first round, we'd have had Martin. He would not have been our starting DT. We have Brandon Roy, who's better than him already on the roster.
Yeah, I think Martin's going to go bye-bye this year.
I think it's going to end up being Martin or one of the UDFAs that we brought back. One of them are gone. It depends on what they do this preseason. That's what it's all going to come down to. It's going to come down to what happens during spring training and everything else.
As it always does.
You're right. And I don't think they get rid of Martin this year because it's third year. The only reason why is because the dead cap's still 3 times more than his salary. The fourth year is usually when you get rid of those mid-round picks like that.
Might be packed practice squad if he doesn't perform well in training camp.
Right. He'll get released to the practice squad to lower all that stuff, but we still take the dead cap hit as the problem.
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised it was Jacksonville, but I did think somebody was going to jump up and get Travis early in the draft. I thought it was going to be Carolina because Carolina really needs help at that both positions, wide receiver and corner. But Jacksonville came in there and did what they had to do. So hey, good for them. There's PC.
Wait a minute. Let's get all these up. Broderick was the replacement. Now we have another replacement. I want it. We will get an edge today. I have that feeling. That's the main goal. That's what Brad Holmes sounded like in his presser. Was waiting. Willams, he fills in a good role because he's a starting caliber defensive tackle coming out of college. Granted, it's not Aleem McNeil, but that's almost his pro comp. If you look at how he, because guess they said B.J. Raji. Guess what Aleem McNeil's pro comp was when he came in? B.J. Raji, and he turned into that. So if we get two B.J. Rajis, come on now. Motown Mitch, what up though? Lions rule, Bears drool. Lions and the Packers had so much they tricked the Packers into taking a midget in the first. Hey, he's probably one of the most complete wide receivers in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. While some Lions fans would have been upset, I would not have been upset if none of those guys we wanted were there and they went golden because he fills a need. At his size, he would be that slot dependable guy that makes contested catches at his size. He jumps out of the fucking gym. Did you see us trading up in the second or third? I think we trade up today because I don't think Rutledge or Scorton's making it past 45. And so I think we're going to trade up to the middle of the first round or second round. But you never know. They may trade back because what if they don't trade up and they can't get us a partner?
Right.
And there he is, Mike the Bear fan. Good to see you, brother.
What up, Mike? How you doing this morning, man?
It's always good to see Mike Carrico.
Or afternoon now.
Yeah, afternoon. It's lunchtime.
The draft was so long.
What's up, Pace? Packers already got 3 slot receivers. I'm saying on our roster, he'd have been a slot receiver. He might be their one. Him and Jaden Reed will be 1 and 2, I think. Because Christian Hamstring Watson, whose hamstrings are held together with duct tape and super glue. I do like the South Carolina edge. I'm not high on him at all. But I do like the kid out of Boston College, too, and I don't think he'll last long either. I think he'll go before 40. Like I said, if we can get a pass rush on Love, we can eliminate Golden Shower completely. Well, if you think about it, we had a hell of a pass rush on Love last year. Great. Green Bay for first round was insane. Max capacity, 200,000 people here, and only 100,000 can attend by the stage. I do also like the Boston College edge. Yes, as a Raku. Bistrilla, did you see my Warren question? No, but I couldn't believe he fell as far as he did. The comments are coming in fast and heavy. We're only 10 minutes in and got 29 comments. So
I'm scrolling down just to find that game. Okay, Warren, LT, where we at? For the you talking about surprise of Jackson? Okay, I see that one. Oh, for the what players you on? I think you answered that already. Leave. Bill.
Go ahead and send him a link. B.
Okay.
Both of them, Brian Markham and Day Day.
No, Day Day is Brian.
Okay, I didn't know that was his real name. I only knew him as Day Day. Who was the reach of the draft last night? There really wasn't a lot of reaches because they give 40 first to second round grades. Matt Henry, congratulations. Will Vogel,
Hey
What's up,
guys, I'm
Will?
eating lunch, but I wanted to join you guys. But I'm
Uncle
not gonna put
Rumble.
my
Hell yeah. We got
There's
Uncle
Rumble. What's
Rumble.
up, buddy? Happy
What's up,
belated
guys?
birthday,
Uncle
brother.
Rumble.
Thank you.
I'm starting to think that Sanders Jr. didn't get drafted because teams don't want his dad showing up on the sidelines to every game.
No,
That could be. I
I'm
was
calling it
shocked the
right.
Bears
Oh,
picked the tight end, but I definitely think he was the best tight end in the draft. Will team up great with Trubisky.
I think Warren was. Warren was a better tight end.
So you didn't like the pick, Rumble.
Warren. Yeah, he didn't like it.
I wasn't too thrilled about it, only because of our need. B. Sherlock brought up a good point. Our rush defense was top 10 last year, and I felt like we needed to address some help for Hutch. Somebody on the opposite side of him, maybe somebody to come in when he's on the sideline taking a breather. We need to get after these QBs because they've been shredding us. Even the rookie last year with Washington. As soon as our guys were null and void on the line, that kid took the ball off and ran, and we had no answer for him. So I wish, I guess I get it. I'm still iffy about the pick, though. I don't know.
Green Bay fans were cutting on the Lions because they got Reed and TA and Amik, so we can give them a hard time. It's Day. Oh shit! Waiting for his. There it is. Day.
What up, Day?
the whole crew's here, basically.
One pride, brother.
Go ahead, JP. Sorry.
I never questioned Holmes. I'm at a point. So this is the guy. At this point, yeah, because they were all. I don't care.
PC's hilarious.
So how do you feel about that pick there, Day?
Is he there?
He's there.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kind of iffy on the pick. I don't hate it, but I don't like it.
Kevin Cummings, long time no see.
Damn.
What up, Kev? Monkey in the house.
So
for day 2. Everyone have a great day. You too, Mike.
You too, Mike.
You too, Mike. So I've decided a term. If we don't like the pick and we're we could call it iffy Melifonwu on a pick. Kind of iffy Melifonwu on the pick.
Day seems to be having connection problems.
But, hey, Mike, man, just mark yourself safe from Green Bay fans.
Right. Oh, man, no, I think Shador's going actually number 1 tonight. I think he goes to Cleveland, to be honest.
I want to address this one. I had no problem with Holmes going DT. We still need an edge. Jordan Birch is the guy I want. I have 3 guys I want ahead of Birch, and I'll name them in order. Donovan Ezeraku, Nick Scorton, then Landon Jackson.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
I wanted Ezeraku's been my guy since day 1.
Yep.
I wanted him. I wanted him yesterday.
But to get him, we're probably going to have to trade up to around 40 to 45. And that's if we want him or the guard that they were talking about they like, Tate Rutledge. If you want either one of them, you're going to have to at least get up that far in the draft because you're not going to get them at 60.
Holmes can do it. He can swing.
I know he can. I think he can package up future picks and one of our UDFAs and move up.
Why not trade pick 60 and one of the 3s that we have from next year to move up? Why not? I would do it in a heartbeat because we have 2 3s next year. We got our original 3, and then we got the 3 we got from AG.
Mm-hmm.
Use the one we got from AG to move up.
Yep.
Will Johnson is hurt. He had a Liz Frank fracture in his foot that was surgically repaired. When he was rehabbing it, he hurt his hamstring. Now they're worried he may have tweaked his knee and needs some type of surgery on it.
Jeez.
So that's why he's falling. That came right out off from the Wolverines website.
Yep.
That guy's got top 5 talent, man, but the injuries are just too much. Too much.
Landon Jackson is the only one that might be there at 60 from where he falls on the big board. If that's who they want, they don't have to move at all. You know what I'm saying? If that's who they want, they can stay at 60 and probably get them. The rest of those guys, there isn't a chance you get them at 60.
What do you
Yeah.
guys feel about Jack Sawyer?
No,
Same
I
school.
like Sawyer.
Same
no.
school.
I like Sawyer, but the way he fell down the mock boards and everything else and all the draft boards, you're probably looking at him. You could probably get him at the early of the third because he fell that far back.
Oh, you're talking about what's his face?
Jack Sawyer from OSU.
No, what Orlando's talking about.
Oh, the
Michigan
Michigan-
linebacker. Damn, what the
Josiah
hell's his
Stewart.
name?
Josiah,
Yeah, that
Josiah
guy.
Stewart.
Yeah, Josiah
Yeah.
Stewart. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him either. No,
I
I
don't
don't want
either.
that. Hey, say what you can say you don't want Sawyer, but he had
Yeah.
production. The only team he didn't have production with in the Big Ten was us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In Holmes' presser last night, he about spelled out he's moving up for a DE. He started to literally say so quickly and held back. He was probably exhausted. You're absolutely right. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was getting that feeling too, PC.
A few Bears fans don't like the Loveland pick, and I don't know why. He was a top. He is a top. It was a 1A, 1B in this draft. It was
Ty Warren
Tyler
was
Warren
better.
and Colton
Mhm.
Loveland.
Ty Warren, man, I seen a comp for Ty Warren yesterday, and I think it fits perfectly. Jeremy Shockey. I think Ty Warren's
Okay,
like Jeremy Shockey.
there it is. So my question to
Interesting.
everyone about Tyler Warren, I thought he was a top 7, and my concern is he fell down the draft board so much. Is there an injury that made him fall nobody knows about? Usually when they fall like that, from what I understand, it's because of how they answered questions to the GM. It's not because of their talent. It's not because of what they did at the popcorn, at the combine and all that. It's usually due to how they answered the questions that they wanted to know, which makes them question football heart. You know what I mean?
And
the
and
drive
it was
play.
Chicago that picked Loveland, so that was the other thing. Chicago. I'm just saying. I would have picked Ty Warren. Ty Warren's a better tight end than Loveland. And I'm a Michigan fan.
Okay,
Fuck
it's
Michigan.
degenerative in his knee. So it's not a question of when his knee, not
Gives
a question
out.
of if, it's when.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you, somebody who has degenerative knees, I have no cartilage left in my knees. When that shit hits you, that shit hits you. Like it's no, oh, I can feel it coming. No, it's there. You wake up one day and all of a sudden your knees are shot.
Pokey do in the house. I took Brad Holmes' advice. I brought plenty of popcorn. Let's go Lions.
Does anybody
still-
think that? Okay, because there were reports that Brad had received offers that he was going to trade down, but he didn't trade down because his board was so thin at that point. Did anybody think that all of his guys were already gone and Williams was just the safe pick?
Yes.
You know,
Most
also-
definitely. Most
And also
definitely.
the offers for trading down weren't good enough. They didn't match up with what they wanted in compensation. That's why they didn't take them.
I mean, I would have swapped with Philly. I would have dropped
Yes,
down to Philly.
that was hilarious. We talked about it at the beginning of the draft show. Clay Matthews holding up the newspaper from the president saying the Bears still suck. Why
I
did
hope this
Packers pick
dude. I hope
another-
this dude can
I don't know.
develop. My problem with the pick is, man, it's not the player. It's what he can't do. He's not a pass rusher, and we don't have any pass rushers from the interior.
Thank you, Day. That was
No.
my whole
Like
thing, man.
everybody's like, well, we got to lean. To me, I like Lean. He's a really good player, but I think he's overhyped, and he's not the best like pass rusher from his position. Like we have zero pass rushers. Quarterbacks are going to be sitting there in the pocket next year doing the cha-cha slide, while our D tackles are still trying to fight to get to the quarterback. Like it's a fact. We have no.
Well,
pass
I mean,
rush on the interior.
I'm gonna put it to you
Don't
like
say
this.
zero. We do
We
got Hunt.
No, that's
pretty much
not from the inside. I'm talking from like the the
I
middle.
know.
Like
We
the
have-
edge,
we
we already
have-
have one guy. We have Hutch and Friends.
we have pass rushers, but we don't, and from the interior, but we don't have finishers. That's the problem. You can
Yeah.
have 500 pressures at the end of the season, but if they don't turn into sacks, and that's something that I'm looking for even on the edge. If we got an edge player, I need somebody to finish.
Yep.
So if you ain't finishing, It's really
Or even
your point.
Or even just put, like you said, just even if you pressure and get them to go on the outside towards your edge, toward your strong suit, even that, we don't even have that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Hutch used to seal that edge and force them back inside. We don't have that from the inside out. We don't have that inside pressure to force them out so that our edges can make the play or our linebackers can make the play. That was my only gist with this pick. I felt like he would have been there at 60 if I'm being honest. I felt like we needed to get another edge guy. That's something we haven't drafted other than Hutch, and that he fell in our lap. So if we didn't make that layup after getting the assist from the other teams, I mean,
I think the guy the guy I think we wanted in the first, Atlanta traded up with Minnesota and got him. I think that's what happened.
No, he had too much character concerns. I don't think he was ever on our board.
Do you guys hear me chewing? Am I
think
too
the guy
loud?
they wanted was fucking Kenneth Grant, and Miami snagged him.
I'm
waiting for Davin Poop to get a hangnail and end up missing half a season.
He's gone too. Yeah. Again, that's the guy we are another potential guy. Like, oh, the potential. It's like, nah, he's 2-3 games tops. He won't be.
How old is Davin Poop? I'm trying to think.
33, 32, something like that.
His age is not a matter at the point. It's his health.
Yeah.
If you can't be out there, dude.
Is he really? Damn, that boy is old.
Yeah, he might be that old. But like I said, it doesn't make a difference. It's your health. If you can't be out there,
he's only 28. He's only 28.
He seems older than that. As many injuries as he had. I thought he spent 5 years on the
He's
IR.
on AARP.
He'll be 29 by.
He's on AARP.
His birthday's the 4th of September, so he'll turn 29 this year.
You know what? Day, are you covering draft 2 on the other channel?
No, man, I don't do live reaction stuff because I'm usually behind everybody, and I hate. I'll tell you, this is the story why. The past 2 years of the draft, the Lions pick has been spoiled for me. The Gibbs pick was spoiled for me. That pissed me off because I was in a Twitter space when that happened, and then last year I went to the draft, and one of the people that I went with to the draft with last year checked his phone, seen the pick, and spoiled it for me while I was at the draft. I'm like, so now
you have to swear off.
I turn off everything.
You want to be like that? Yeah, you got to turn off all your social media and everything.
That's why it was so annoying when I was on JB's. Leonard's like, I got the pick. I'm like, don't you dare, Leonard.
See, now people can say that I got the pick, and I'll sit there and try to guess it. But don't be like, oh, the pick is in. The Lions took Tyleik Williams, and it ain't even aired on the TV yet. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro. And they're like, well, it's 2025. Why are you watching the draft? Because it's fucking entertainment, man. What else am I gonna watch? Pistons game was over, so now I'm watching the draft. You know, like, let me be. I'm old, man. I've been watching the draft for a while. I'm old. I like to watch shit on TV, man. Hell, I listen to baseball on the radio. That's how old I am.
You and me both, brother.
I still do. That's how I listen. If I'm not at home, I listen to Lions games on the radio.
On the radio, yep.
And you know what? I like the announcing better from Dan Miller and Lomas Brown than anybody else in the freaking business on TV.
Unless it's Greg Olson. I like Greg Olson. I'll listen to him. I won't listen to fucking Tom Brady. I hate that guy. I hate him as a player, and I hate him as an announcer.
Oh, God. I can't wait for them to say you can't do it anymore.
So where did our fan base get that we were trading JMO or we were even entertaining that bullshit?
What's
it
that
started with
Woodward Sport.
Yeah,
No,
it
started with what the fuck is that report? Mike Payton. A to Z Sports with Peyton. He started that shit.
And then
Bandit in the house. Bandit in the house.
What's up, Bandit?
Oh, Bandit. What's up, man? We the Lions faithful were like, there's no way they're gonna fucking trade him, and they were dragging me on social media for that.
Brad came out last night. Yeah, go ahead, Rumble. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dede. You
we're gonna say the same. We're gonna say the same shit. Brad came out last night and said we never entertained that. Not even once. Yeah.
I said that was the pick for the Raiders the whole time was Ashton Genty.
That whole JMO thing, I was like, you know what? These people are a bunch of freaking assholes, man.
It's silly season.
Stupid.
It's silly season. Right before the draft, everybody's trying to get their name out there. They're trying to get extra clicks.
Mhm.
They're trying to draw interest to the draft, and it works. It works. You don't really need to draw attention to the draft. I mean, every football fan is going to watch the fucking draft.
Yeah.
But to say, oh, we're going to trade J-Mo. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I think
there's
this.
no reason to trade.
I'm trading,
J-Mo.
honestly, and this is a super hot take. I'm trading Amon-Ra before I trade J-Mo. I'm sorry. You can find yourself another Amon-Ra. You cannot find yourself another J-Mo. The guys with his speed and his ability, those guys don't come around often. Amon-Ra, and he's great. I love Amon-Ra. I would, if I've got a gun to my head and somebody's like, you're trading J-Mo or you're trading Amon-Ra, you have to pick one. Who are you picking? I'm trading Amon-Ra all day long. Because you can find an Amon-Ra a lot easier than you can find a J-Mo. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Lions are going to trade Amon-Ra.
I don't know about all that. I have to disagree with you on that one. I don't know about that. Amon-Ra is a different beast. You might play players that are like Amon-Ra, but you're not going to find Amon-Ra. Okay, that's the point.
They said
the
same thing about Cooper Kupp, and then what happened? Amon-Ra was drafted. Amon-Ra is just another Cooper Kupp.
No, he's not. He's better than Cooper
Kupp. They're in
Cooper
the same mold of receiver. They're in the same.
Only reason why Cooper Kupp is as good as he is because Stafford was throwing to him that one year. That's the only reason why. He had that one big statistical year, and everybody thought Cooper Kupp was the beast.
I don't know. He performed with Goff. He performed with Goff the one year they were with Goff.
He didn't perform like he did with Stafford.
Well, nobody performs like he did with Stafford. Let's be real.
Right.
Look at Kenny Golladay when he went to the Giants.
That's the point I'm trying to make, though. That's the point I'm trying to make, Day-Day.
I think
Amon-Ra can do that with everybody.
He asked everybody else. We both picked Gibbs over Montgomery right now because of how he runs and everything and how much more elusive and how much more explosiveness he has. David Montgomery, he's starting. You can see the wheels are starting to take the beating that they have over the years.
Okay. So everybody else answered this question. I haven't got a chance to answer this.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm starting Gibbs because Gibbs has to be like your focal point of your offense this year. He's a top 5 running back in this league right now, where he sits. And you could even argue top 3 if you really wanted to. Now, on the same hand, Monty is what makes this offense stir. Anytime we were in a struggle, where do we go? We go back to Monty. But unfortunately, Gibbs is a talent that you can just not have on the sidelines. I think this year it's got to be like 65, 35. And then
you know what? Go ahead.
Bandit, go ahead and look in your messenger. I sent you a link. Hop on instead of just.
No. He can't come on with that comment. No. With that comment right here, that motherfucker ain't coming on here. Jack Sawyer.
No. We here, Bandit. We here. Go get Jack Sawyer, man. What we doing?
Jack Sawyer's going to be there probably in the 3rd round still.
Jack Sawyer's a UDFA.
But you know what? I don't know. No. I'm a Michigan man, and I would still take Jack Sawyer in the 3rd round.
Absolutely. It's an edge. Davenport's not going to be there. And we might get 3 games out of him.
With running more of a 4-3.
You mean 3 snaps? I don't even think.
Yeah, there you go. 3 snaps.
Fucking dumb.
His knee, his ankle, and his leg. 3 snaps.
We're 30 minutes in and got 103 comments.
There you go.
Dude, we're going to be exploding again tonight, Jeremy.
Yeah, last night was my 2nd biggest draft show ever for the 1st round.
Yeah, shout out to you guys.
We had 150 viewers.
Damn.
Yep.
You guys are killing it.
Oh, I got a question. Who do you think won? I don't know if you guys talked about him, but who do you think won the 1st round?
Eagles.
Yeah.
Nah.
Philly.
Eagles.
Nah.
Eagles moving up 1 spot, only giving up a 4th rounder to get a linebacker.
Yeah.
Or to get a linebacker that was a need for the Chiefs. Think about it. They stole them from the people they beat.
I know, right?
Yeah, but the Chiefs went and took the second best lineman in the draft, and they need
Right.
help. Or second best tackle in the draft, and they needed help on the line
Yeah,
bad.
but that tackle also can play guard, and I have the
Mhm.
feeling for the right guard loss of Joe Thuney, that's right where he'll go
Yep, exactly.
because they do have
I say it's Baltimore. By adding
I can see that.
adding Malachi Stark next to Kyle Hamilton,
Oh,
that's gonna
that's scary.
that's gonna be a nasty, scary duo, man. And then I like what the Giants did. I do. I like what the
Yes.
Giants did with Abdul Carter, and then getting the best quarterback in this draft and getting Jackson.
That's
Dart.
one I liked. The Baltimore
Yeah,
one, I think that was just overkill. I mean, I think I know what they're doing is because they got Cincinnati in their division, and they got contend with two, high-paid receivers plus a quarterback. They don't do very good against Cincinnati traditionally either. So, because last year they had two gunslinging games last year.
Yeah.
They were higher than 30 points
50
both games.
Yeah, I remember those games. Yeah.
all right.
But outside of Kyle Hamilton, they don't have anybody that's good and at the safety position.
Well,
Dan
they have
Leonard,
Marlon.
You only need one safety.
Dan
they-
Leonard,
That's
That's
not
just
true. We have
traditional
two.
anyway.
We have two good ass safeties.
Well, yeah, we do.
If they
We're
only needed
fortunate
one
that way. That's an
safety, why?
anomaly.
If they only needed one safety, why were they getting carved up?
Who was the safety opposite Reed when Baltimore had defense?
there he is, this bandit. Now wait, I gotta do
Oh,
this.
I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, all suited up.
I can't name them.
Von Doom.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Ed Reed had a hell of a damn year. I mean, a hell of a career, and he had a good defense. So,
Baltimore moves Kyle Hamilton around. They don't just let him sit back there either. He plays all around. Now you can bring up Kyle Hamilton and let him play, and then let Malachi sit there and roam and cover. So not only is he a safety,
because Malachi can play all those positions too.
Yeah, Malachi played like 500 something snaps at corner while he was at Georgia.
One sec, Day. JB has something.
Oh, I have to address this because that's my co-host that's usually with me. That's Dan Leonard Von Doom saying, "Who are these people? I know JB and B. The rest of these ladies come from." Well, raise your hand, Bandit.
Come on, man.
Then you got Day. Raise your hand. And we got Uncle Rumble smoking a cigarette.
That's right.
Man, I wish you weren't because I'm out and I ain't got none.
And of course we got BCP, the butt chin Padawan known as Will Vogel.
Hi. Screw both of you. No, I'm kidding. Love you.
Yeah, I just laugh, man.
Question for 2 on the bottom. How do you guys feel about Dylan Fairchild from Georgia being on the Lions? I believe that's the quarterback, right?
That's Day-Day's question.
I'm good with that. I need
Georgia.
Never
No, I'd rather have.
You're funny, Leonard.
Not
you're funny,
I wouldn't want
Mr.
Fairchild. I want Wilson. He can play guard and center.
Aren't you funny, Mr. Pasty J Glazer?
Damn.
Just call him Pasty J Glazer.
I only got this red suit on because we just drafted that Buckeye. You feel me? We needed that.
I see you, baby.
You mean that bum eye?
Sharp as a tack.
You mean that bum eye?
But okay, I gotta get Bandit's review of his OSU D tackle we picked up last night.
No,
do we really?
We got a dog in the run stopping in the field. You feel me? Comparing him up to DJ Reed and Lee McNeil when McNeil get back, we have a dominant force, bro. And then the rotation will be nasty. So I like the pick that we picked up. Now we just need to get edge.
So here's my question. Let's say that DJ Reader is still playing at that less than level than he played at Cincinnati last year, right?
Hey, just do you.
And Aleem McNeil comes back and they pair up and are doing great together. Does that mean we turn DJ Reader into trade bait to get more trade capital for next year? Because then we could use this next year's trade.
After
you let DJ Reed walk at the
injuries
end of
we
the
had
year.
last year, I don't think we should trade DJ Reader because
DJ Reader can walk at the end of this year.
I mean, at the end of this year,
exactly why.
for the rest of this
Let him
year.
go. Let him go. Let Reed walk.
I wouldn't want
exactly what I'm saying. If we can get a second and a fourth or a third and a fifth for him at the trade deadline, because Lee McNeil's back healthy and performing like he was.
That's a
Come
lot
on
for
now.
DJ. Yeah, that's a lot for DJ Reader.
And
Wow.
you might
A
get
second
that
and fourth or a
with a
third and
needy
fifth.
team that has injuries or something like
They
that.
ain't getting that. They ain't getting that.
I'm sorry, they ain't getting that.
And they're
You
not
may
gonna
get
be-
like a
they can't
seventh. You may
trade-
get like a sixth or seventh for him.
trading
if you-
DJ Reader at his age and at his time. No, that's not gonna even happen.
I'm
That's
not
gonna
going
be
to
like-
insert sir from a half virgin who hasn't hit puberty yet, Wilhelmina.
Okay, Daniela, calm down.
Y'all going at it. I like it.
Yeah, we are. We always do. It's fun. Makes your shows the best. Do you
But,
guys remember when I called Neil as a joke? I'm like, oh look, it's Charles Woodson. He's like, I'm a Ohio State fan, you asshole. I'm like, oh shit,
I
sorry.
do remember that.
You can say I can text.
But tonight, I would be on What Up, though, but I'm going to be doing my live draft coverage.
Yay! I'm excited. I'll be back for road.
You know how I
Yeah.
do.
We all got podcasts going on.
Jeremy, you got me right.
Thank you, Jeremy, for chipping
I don't
in
know if
last
I'm
night,
going to
man.
be on. Because
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if
be
you heard
watching
me.
the draft. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
I'm gonna
did.
be on.
Okay.
I had to come in there and throw in. Will's still mad I called Keegan my friend and him a bitch.
Oh.
Yes, I am. I am very insulted.
Oh,
It's good. So, Jeremy, when I'm with
Will, he called you the 40-year-old version? That's crazy.
Damn.
I know. It's
he
me.
ain't 40. He looks like he's 2.
I look like I'm 18 still.
I
I
said,
hate it. Yeah, exactly right. Jeremy, when I'm with you, are you hopping back and forth, or are you strictly yours?
tonight I'm mostly mine. I might hop out to one. I might go over to Bandits for a second and say hi, but other than that,
Okay, I'll be there. You know I'm off today and tomorrow as
Yep.
well. And if my boss
30-year-old
calls me
half
like,
virgin.
oh, you are so done, Leonard. Oh my God, I'm so
Hey, shout
done.
out to you guys though
Hey,
for
I came over
giving
and said
all
hi.
different perspectives on your
Monkey, don't be
streams,
like
man.
that, bro.
No, it's been fun, man, watching all 3 of your streams. Well, I haven't watched Bandit stream yet, but Jeremy and Bistrilla, I've been watching both of you guys's, and yeah, it's fun. It's been fun, man. So
I've learned
Yeah,
a
I think I'm
lot
gonna do
from
that.
I've
I'm gonna
learned
do
a
that,
lot
too.
from those two actually.
yeah, it's been
Bouncing around tonight too.
JB's the one who gave me my start.
it's been fun listening to what people think about these draft picks and the moves that these teams are making.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm forever grateful for Jeremy giving me my start, basically.
Yeah.
Andrew Merklinger says, Jeremy, when we agree on something like all 3 of the edges we like, usually it happens to one of them. I know. We've talked about it every year. And we end up getting one of them. And just think, the Cowboys got our second-round pick last year, and who'd they take? The guy out of Western Michigan we wanted, in Marshawn Nealon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Bandit, you like Jack Sawyer? You like Jack Sawyer on
Of
this
course he
team?
Of course he does.
That ain't required. Not every. I mean, I like what he did at Ohio State. Like the whole story from him. Like it was what's his name? Our coach's first recruit.
Kinda.
Everything else like
Kinda.
that. So like he put in the work. I think he got a lot of leadership thing. I just want to see them line a Michigan Wolverine on one side and a Buckeye on the other side until
That's what
go
I'm
get
saying.
it.
Don't get it twisted, man. The
Go
Big
get
Ten
it.
boys. Come on now.
Go get it. That's all I want to see.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh damn.
Nobody
Damn.
likes the Ohio State pussy.
Man, listen, Daniel.
Ow, Paul. Stop, bitch.
Wow.
Listen,
Paul
Daniel.
away.
Thank you.
National
Oh.
champion. National
Yep,
champions.
you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations
Hey,
on the
can I
national
something
championship.
though? Can I ask you something though, Bandit?
Oh, there you go.
Who they lose to?
It don't matter, man. They won a ring, man. That shit's irrelevant,
Bandit,
bro.
Thank
wait,
you.
I had a question for you.
No, it
Irrelevant.
ain't.
I
Not
know.
for Ohio
Always
State.
lose.
It is. It's a
No, it ain't. No,
The
it ain't for
only ones
Ohio
who seem
State.
to be
Let me
who
tell you.
keep bringing that up are
Hey,
Michigan
hey.
fans. I don't never hear Ohio State say, "Well, man, we still lost to Michigan."
Hey,
Did-
you know
did you
what?
Ring, bro.
I got a question
Of course
for all the
not.
Michigan fans. I got a question. Did
You
y'all
know-
get an invite to prom
Stay
this
out
year?
of it, Brian. You from Georgia. We
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
care
whoa,
about no damn Georgia
What
Bulldog.
was
Did
that?
Michigan get?
Hey,
Hey,
just because we're 2-time back-to-back Natty champs, and then y'all
What do
didn't
you
even get
mean?
invited
We
to the
whooped
I
on
damn.
don't know.
Michigan or Ohio State too.
But wait, I only got
y'all
one thing to
cheated.
say.
The thing about it, though, Data, you don't understand.
cheated.
Michigan wasn't supposed to be nothing anyway.
JB
Oh,
got
I
something,
understand. I
guys.
think it's
I
funny
got-
as hell that y'all still beat them because y'all weren't shit this year.
Let's
Y'all
I-
still
boom.
managed to beat them.
I just got
That's
one
funny,
thing to
but
say.
like in retrospect,
Go ahead,
it's
Jerry.
irrelevant.
I only
Day-Day.
got
Go
one
ahead,
thing
Jeremy.
to say. Don't bet with Bandit on OSU versus Michigan because he don't pay.
I got your
Ooh.
damn. I'm about to send you right now.
Oh,
I should have put it on your
Called
book.
you
I'm
out
putting it
on
out there
live,
now.
I should put it
bro.
on your
I'm
book.
putting it out there live right now. I've been nice for over a year, doing it in back chat, doing
Hey.
it in personal messages.
Hey,
Oh.
actually,
Call
it's
you
been a
out in
rough year
public.
for me. Don't lie. See, I just left the
It
interview
has.
now. You feel me? I was broke. I could have sent you in food stamps. I seen my EBT card.
I'd have taken it at a $75.
What up, Robbie?
What up, Robbie?
We also beat up on Ohio State, us Clemson Tigers.
Bruh, how long ago was that? How
Not
long
too
ago was
long
that?
ago,
Clemson,
you know
Clemson
that.
Bring
ain't
up
been
old
relevant
shit,
in 7
Will.
years, and you brought up
Bringing
Clemson.
up
Don't
old
stop it.
real.
What Carolina been doing?
Sure.
Panthers,
Yeah,
man, we rebuilding.
so
Crickets. Crickets.
Be
I'm
humble.
admitting it first.
Like the NFL told Shador Sandals, be humble. Sit down.
Sit down.
Okay, thank you, Kendrick.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
I like this one here. So what everyone's thought on Mason Graham going to Cleveland to play with Myles Garrett, that's going to be a dangerous line. Can
It's the
anyone-
Browns. It ain't gonna be dangerous. It ain't gonna be dangerous. It's the Browns.
No, that's going to be dangerous. That kid can fucking
Yeah.
play. He's going to eat some
Yeah.
bodies up, and
Yes,
Garrett's
he
going to get a lot of. If he
Yeah.
pans out, which I like, I hate Michigan.
Shut up,
That's-
Leonard.
They still got
but
James Houston
that-
too.
That
Oh yeah, they got
think
Poo
that's
Poo
gonna-
Boy.
That's
how do we
gonna
kick
resurge.
somebody?
boy.
How do we kick somebody?
You
gonna give,
like that, JB? Poo Poo
That's
pants.
gonna give Garrett some juice, man. Having somebody who's gonna
Yep.
demand some,
Yeah.
attention. That's gonna give him some more juice, man. He was
Hey,
already
Cleveland's
good
defense
in the
wasn't
back.
bad.
Cleveland's defense wasn't bad in the first place,
Exactly.
but when you add Mason Graham to this whole situation,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fucking Lions got to play
I-
them.
So guys, I don't
I'm
know.
worried
if
about them.
You guys weren't on the show with me
I'm not
and
worried
JB
about them
yesterday,
offensively.
but he actually broke something that's really cool. That when the Lions played the Chargers in the Hall of Fame game, they're going to try to wear the blacks while the Chargers wear the powder blues. Man, that
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
fire.
That'd be cool.
That's a useless
August
game.
3rd in Canton. I might try to go there.
It's gonna be Hendo time. Let's see what we got out of Hendo and Kyle
I
Allen
have
in
a
that
question
game.
I have a question for Bandit. Actually, speaking of OSU, where do you think Travion Henderson lands?
I don't care anywhere but the Brown. I mean, but the
Anywhere
Bears.
but the Lion.
The Bears.
Anywhere but
Yeah.
the Bears.
The Lion.
We got enough running backs, man.
I
Like,
think
Yeah, we got
I
no
think he
running
goes
backs
to the
there.
Cowboys.
Lions take a
I
running back. Give
honestly
me
think he goes to the
Scatterboo.
Cowboys.
I don't want Travion. I don't want Scatterboo.
you
I
look
don't
like
want none of
Scatter.
them motherfuckers. We
Oh,
got good
Scatterboo's
running backs.
fine.
Yeah, we
Good
don't
running
need
backs.
running
I'm not
backs,
worried.
bro.
We don't need running backs. Just
No,
like
we
we
don't.
don't need corners. Stop
Or-
people stop doing that. Oh, well, let's go get Jamar, whatever the
Will Johnson.
Miami
Let's go
got-
get Will
No.
Johnson.
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. What the man? Shut up.
No,
man.
y'all all know Rich, man. He was like campaigning for Will Johnson hard last night. Let's go draft Will Johnson. Like,
No.
why?
As soon as our pick came up, the first Will Johnson right here, I said, "Man, Rich, stop."
Stop.
There you go.
Right.
Stop,
There you
bro.
go. There's the truth. The only reason Ohio State won a natty is last season because Notre Dame gave him the game. So zip it.
Yeah, Notre Dame was terrible in that game.
I don't like the playoff setup because we all know Ohio State's
Yeah.
a way bigger. Them boys corn fed. Notre Dame. I mean, come on, man. I didn't feel threatened at all by that game. I was like, oh,
Hey
Ohio
man,
State's about to blow 'em
fuck
up.
Notre Dame. They beat Georgia too, so fuck them, bro. Don't fuck with Notre Dame.
I don't like Notre
Fuck
Dame
them.
or Georgia, but I hate Notre Dame the most. And FSU.
Georgia would have beat the brakes off of Ohio State though.
I think they
Man,
would
you
have been a
talking
better
reckless,
game.
bro. We'll never know because y'all didn't make it there. Y'all only beat us
Well,
last
I'm
time.
always talking
Bro.
reckless. You serious? What are we talking about?
We're not gonna talk about that kick, bro. We're not even gonna talk.
Look,
about
Man.
Look, Day, stop doing that because you're gonna make me throw up twice. I gotta see a LeBron jersey, and then I gotta see a Georgia.
Yep. I'm a puke too, man. Shoot.
Hey,
That's
that's
twice, boy.
look. That's the second best player to ever play basketball, bro. Okay.
I'd say
And
third.
In this generation.
I think Kobe's
Of
ahead
all
of him.
time. Fuck.
I say Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
Nah, I'd say Jordan, LeBron, Kobe.
So look, we got
Anyway.
5th round options that were picked up. What are the odds that they both receive their big payday?
Hutch will get
Who,
his
J-
first. Jamo
I
won't
think they
get his
both.
till next year. Jamo
Yeah,
won't get his.
J-Mo won't get
till
his
next year.
next, not this year, but in a couple of years, I think he'll get it. They'll
Oh, he's only
resign.
got one. Yeah.
He can't have no
This
off.
is it.
He can't have no off field. Nothing
Yeah.
off field.
Yeah.
Allegations or nothing like that. If he J-Mo
with-
gets one more time, I think they done with him.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Yeah.
Hutchinson is I'm 100% guaranteeing he's going to come back from his injury. But as a business standpoint from the Lions, they want to make sure that he's, ready to go when regular
Right.
season starts, and he performs at the same that he did before he went out last year before they pay him. Because if he does what he does before our break this season,
They're gonna pay
we're
him.
just going to hand him over a blank check and say, here,
Yeah.
go ahead,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But Jamo, I think he needs to be top 10 in numbers, maybe even top 8. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's not going to be able to be a fringe wide receiver. So this
He
new
had 1,000
offensive-
yards on 40 catches last year.
Yeah, but this new offensive guy coming in, they're going to have to. He's going to have to get more targets. I'm sorry, Goff. You're going to have to trust your arm and him to make those one-hitter quitter plays, man. Because we all know what Gibbs is capable of. I just feel like Jamo, they're going to start honing in on him because we know he can do the end arounds. We know his speed, but your routes now have to take a safety away from maybe the help with Laporta or the other receiver or whoever. You got to demand that, and I think that's going to come into play as well. So hopefully, like you said, he stays out of trouble, and we need more from him this year, though. But they're not afraid to pay him. They're not afraid to pay players, man. So hopefully he sees that.
Yep.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons why they picked up their 5th. You could look into. I mean, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say it, but Hendrickson is still available out there. They're still looking for a trade partner for him. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And if they do that, I hate to say this too, but Jamo's gone.
Yeah.
Because they can't pay. They can't pay him. They can't pay him. They can't
somebody
pay
else
him.
was out of here before Jamo's out of here.
No, Jamo's gonna be gone, man.
No.
First of all, he's hanging on a string in the first place. Really, I feel. And so either him or Laporta, because they're going to get rid of one of those two.
Don't you?
I'm getting rid of Laporta
staying.
before I get rid of Jamo. I'm sorry.
Somebody's going to have to go. Somebody's going to have to go. If they get Henderson, somebody's going to have to go. So
yeah, if we get Henderson.
Yeah,
so the second question, people are saying that Jamo doesn't deserve to be a $25 to $30 million player. But in all actuality, when I looked at Spot Track and what they think about the wide receiver 2 position and what is paid on average salary right now, it's anywhere from 18 to 30 million.
Yeah, I can't see giving him 25 to 30 million. I could see giving him 18 to 20 million. I can't pay him. Yeah, I know I can't. I just can't pay him like that because he's not a real number 1 receiver, man. I think Amon-Ra is still the number 1 guy. Laporta, that's 1A, 1B.
Yeah, but look what Philly did with Devontae Smith.
So much anymore. But
no, Laporta's going to resurge this year. He's going to get he's got payback this year because I think a lot of teams are starting to hone in on Jamo. His speed. I think Laporta is going to come in clutch this year. I think we're going to get a lot more production out of him. And that's why I'm saying if Jamo, whenever the targets are thrown to him, you got to go make a play, man. If you got to go up and get the ball, you got to do whatever you got to do, man. Because right now you're basically auditioning for the Lions or other teams.
So, all I got to say is buckle your seatbelts because there's going to be a lot more running involved in this offense.
Oh, yeah.
And you need Laporta. He's a hell of a blocker.
Now it's
time.
That guy. It's time for the fun part of the show. Y'all know what I do at the end of it. Yes, it's our sponsors, starting from last place to second place.
Oof!
Fuck the Bears.
Fuck the Bears.
FTB. Fuck the Packers.
Fuck the Packers.
And fuck the Vikings. Because skull is like saying score, but with a cock in your mouth.
That's not wrong.
Uh,
Oh,
I'm still waiting for the Caleb.
They can also get skull fucked.
I'm waiting for the Caleb picture.
It's coming.
Can't go.
I gotta do it right. You
The,
know
the fingernail paint.
No, it's better.
No, it's
Mm-mm.
better.
Better than that.
Do you remember,
Oh my god.
JB, do you remember when we looped it that one time?
Yeah,
That was fun.
yeah. I sat there and hit that sucker like 6
Boy,
times.
Bill's going after your Georgia dogs there, Day.
What's he saying? Because I'm over here looking up, because I'm trying to compare what we could give J-Mo, and I'm cool with giving him like the Devontae Smith type deal.
How much is Devontae Smith getting?
He just signed an extension for 3 years, $75 million, with an average value of 25.
What?
Yeah.
$25 million a year?
He got a $20 million signing bonus, and then 33 of it. So total guarantees is 51. So it's really only like a 2-year deal. So you give J-Mo something like that, that's cool. That's cool.
So
$50 million guarantee.
So do you think
55?
that okay? So do you think like okay? So it's almost a similar situation with the receivers. You got AJ Brown and you got Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Brown and J-Mo. Who do you think is between J-Mo and Smith? Who do you think is better?
Smith. Right now, because
So
Smith's been active and playing a lot more than J-Mo. Remember, the last year was really J-Mo's first full year.
And you know what's funny is Smith played one more game than him and had 150 yards less receiving. The only thing he had was more end zone target.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's where we need to be more aggressive with J-Mo. I think teams hone in on. See, the thing is, Laporta's a red zone target. We can't say that about J-Mo. So when it comes to the goal line, if we're not handing it to Monty or Gibbs, we're throwing it to Laporta. It's just not. There's no. If J-Mo's out there in the field, they're not expecting him to get the ball because they won't. You know what I mean? But that again comes on the OC. So maybe the OC this year goes, hey, you know what? We're going to sprinkle J-Mo in on red zone, because if that's the case, then that's going to open up all the other players too. You know, now they don't know who to guard. Now they don't know who to cover. You know, instead of these trick plays where we're calling Dan Skipper eligible, well, if you got J-Mo out there who's a red zone target, there is no. You don't need to do any of that shit. You just line them up and go get it. You know what I mean?
I'd probably pay J-Mo like in between 20 and 24, 23 maybe.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
We're right.
20.
Yeah, me too.
It's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
You know, and then incentivize it. Shit, if you get top, incentivize the shit out of it.
I like
man.
that. Yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
What's going on, JB? Kind of quiet over there, brother.
Yeah, I just was waiting.
Oh, my bad,
I
JB.
just sat back because every
Shut
time
up.
I no, that's okay. I just sit back because every time I go to talk, usually somebody's talking.
My bad.
You're all right.
JB.
No, you're all right. I'm just picking. Go ahead, Bistrilla. Read Day that Georgia comment.
I did read it to him. He's a fucking
Georgia.
dirt.
Man, look, bro. Yeah, you know how many times I see that? That's all right. It don't bother me. Because we got 2 natties back to back. We're good. We're about to be win another one this year. Watch.
Sure.
We're going to try.
Like the rest of the college football field.
Yeah, we're going to try.
Like Colorado, we're going to try.
We're
going to try to get over 500 this year. I want to see how Colorado does when they don't have Travis Hunter and Shadir Sanders there anymore.
They brought in a good quarterback, good freshman quarterback. He's really good. He's a top recruit, Juju Lewis. He's a local kid from where I live right now. As far as anything else, I have no idea how they're going to be.
because their defense was whack last year.
Their
And they really got no
and-
defense now.
No, their best defensive player left, and that was Shiloh, and he sucks.
Right, that's sad, ain't it? That's why it's got all that debt. Can't clean
It'll
up
be
on the
interesting though to
defense.
see. This will really show me if Dion can really be a coach instead of just like a motivator. Dion reminds me of just in their coaching styles, the way they're like leaders of men. They may not be the best coaches, but we haven't seen it from this one guy yet. AG, because AG is just like a pure leader of men. And if you actually like watch Dion and the way Dion talks to his kids and actually like gets them going, it's kind of like what I picture AG is like.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
That's
know how
exactly true.
we don't know how AG can coach yet, so we can't compare it that wise. But as far as like a leader of men, Dion's a hell of a leader of men. I'll give him that one.
Yeah. I know AG don't take no shit because he told Aaron Rodgers, there's the door.
I have faith in AG being a head coach more than I have BJ being a head coach.
True.
That's how I feel.
I think Ben Johnson will have the success earlier than AG will because I think the Bears are set up more for success than the Jets are. But I think overall AG will end up being the better coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, it's been a great day. Thanks for everybody being in here today. We'll be doing the full review again on Monday, and you guys are all welcome to hop in, and we'll talk Lions football then, and talk about the draft in its whole, and give our draft grade. I give it a B, the B minus, just because it wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't what we wanted, but it was the right pick to make with the guys that he wanted being gone. I want to say to everybody out there watching, which is 65 people watching us at noon.
Wow.
Thank you for watching.
Go to work,
and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love. Peace, love, and chicken grease.